I'm going to start off with just a neutral color, and I'm going to use Payne's Gray, and I'm going to mix a puddle so I don't run out. And that looks about right. Looks kind of dark to you guys, I know, but I think it's going to dry out. I think it's going to dry out like this, and then it'll make a bounce between my darks. I want this tone to be halfway between that, my light or white, and the black. So I'm going to paint everything on here for my little sketch. I'm going to paint everything that's not white or light. I see I have a light sky. I see I have this light coming through this meadow, so I can just start doing this, and I'm going to paint right through those trees. And I might leave a little light clicking off of these trees, but basically that's going to be one big shape. And I'm going to go right through these trees that I have hanging over here.
Are you using Payne's Gray?
I'm using Payne's Gray. And I want a nice little line there. Kind of a straight line. And I'll do that. Oh, so I've got that. And I made it one big shape, haven't I? Mm-hmm. And I can kind of tell what it's going to be, but I can't tell what it's going to be yet. I'll put some of those just to remind me. See, I did have to go back and get some more color on there. And then I see I have some shadows going across here, and I have a kind of a shadow going here, and I have that, and I have this little thing, this little light bumping down here, and I have this shape, and then I have some dark on this side. I want to leave this little opening right here so you can get into the painting, and I can do a little bit of that. Doesn't really make any difference as far as the edges go. And I see I have maybe another little shadow, and then I have a shadow from these trees going across. So I'm gonna put those in, and I see I have a bunch of little trees coming in there, and I want these trees to just connect and go on down. So there's all my shapes. I painted everything that's dark and mid-tone, gray, mid-tone. I left my light, and all of a sudden I can see my basic shapes, and I can see that I'm not trying to do a painting, I'm trying to do a value study, so that's going to lead me to the painting. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to put a few little things in here suggesting that stuff so I don't forget it, a little texture with the side of my brush. But I've made everything a gray shape. I can kind of tell it's going to be a landscape, but I don't know what it's going to be yet because I haven't put the darks in. So now we're going to add the darks to this. So I see my shapes, so I see dark, a dark, 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 dark going dark in the shadows. And this is one I had done previously, so that's what I'm going to do, because right now it doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like, what is that? It looks like a landscape. I see something that could suggest hills or whatever. So now I'm just going to put in that and that going down and that going up, and maybe something going in there. And then I can suggest some of whatever that those pine trees are giving me.
What
and
color is that?
That's the same color. That's my Payne's Gray. Only now I'm using it full strength. Okay, and I see some little guys back here. Those little guys, and I see I'm going to make my trees. I'm going to make this one be kind of medium, and I'm going to just. I'm not trying to do a painting, I'm trying to do a study, so I just want to see the shape. And I'm going to make a smaller one here. And I'm going to make my bigger one down here. And I want to make sure that I keep that nice and dark. I'm just doing this little tickle dance kind of going down through here just to represent a tree. I see I have these other trees over here, so I'm just going to do a swipe. And I'm not going to worry too much about this background on this one, because this is all mid-tone, whether it's light mid-tone here, mid-tone or darker mid-tone. I don't really care about at this point in time. I'm just trying to emulate, design what I see in this reference shot. And so I'm just going to scrub in a little color using that a little texture. Here's my shadow going across there, and I see I have a little darker back there, and I have a little weeds or something going on in there, just a little, give it a little life. And I think just by doing that, I have enough information. I'm going to put one more tree going on in there. I have enough information that's going to give me my reinforce my what I thought about if the design was any good. And I'm going to take the tape off and see what I have. Okay, so now I can look at it and I can see, is this what I wanted out of this for my reference photo? Is that what I'm after? Did I do a good job of designing this? I like the shapes in this, and I like the spread of this better. I moved these trees over. I moved everything over and gave more of a gap through here, and I suggested a lot of different things. So that's what I'm after. I'm after those shapes. Do you see how different this is after I put the darks in? Before it suggested a landscape, I didn't see the trees. I didn't see a lot of stuff here. Now I see them because I put the darks in. So now I've got a 3-value study that I can that's going to tell me what to do over here when I do the color one.